Imagine waking up one morning to find your entire art studio flooded, your canvases ruined, and your savings gone. That's exactly what happened to Maya, a painter whose passion had always been her compass, but whose path was anything but straight. For years, she had poured her heart into traditional landscapes and portraits, meticulously blending colors and capturing moments of serene beauty. Yet despite her dedication, success had been elusive. Galleries often overlooked her work, critics dismissed it as conventional, and sales were sporadic at best. The flood was a devastating blow, wiping away not just her physical creations, but the foundation of her artistic identity. It would have been easy, perhaps even understandable, to give up, to retreat into the safety of what she knew, or worse, abandon her dreams altogether. But Maya's story was never about surrender. Instead of giving up, Maya saw the wreckage as a blank canvas itself. Amid the chaos and loss, she found a strange kind of clarity. The flood had destroyed her old world, yes, but it had also cleared space for something new and unexpected. She began collecting debris from the flood, twisted metal, shattered glass, soaked paper, and began weaving these fragments into mixed-media sculptures. Each piece was a testament to resilience, a physical manifestation of transformation. The materials bore the scars of the disaster, their imperfections telling stories that a pristine canvas never could. At first, her work was met with confusion, even rejection. Galleries said her pieces were too chaotic, too unconventional. Some critics dismissed the sculptures as mere curiosities rather than serious art. Friends worried she was straying too far from the safe path. But Maya didn't retreat. She doubled down on her unique vision. She knew that true creativity often required venturing into the unknown, taking risks that others might not understand. Her sculptures weren't just objects. They were conversations between the past and future, destruction and creation, despair and hope. Her strategy was radical. She stopped trying to fit into traditional art categories and instead created her own. Maya recognized that the art world often favored neat labels and familiar genres, but she refused to be boxed in. She embraced the messy, the hybrid, the experimental. To share this evolving journey, Maya documented her process through daily videos, giving viewers an intimate look at her studio, the failures she encountered, the breakthroughs she celebrated, and the raw, unfiltered story behind each piece. These videos captured more than technique. They shared emotion, vulnerability, and the very human side of creativity. This transparency built a community around her art, people drawn not just to the final product, but to the authentic journey. Followers began to comment, share their own stories of struggle and reinvention, and connect with Maya on a deeper level. The community wasn't just about appreciation, it was about participation. Fans contributed ideas, sent materials, and even collaborated on projects. Slowly, Maya's sculptures started selling, not because they were perfect, but because they were real. Buyers were moved by the narrative, the honesty, the courage embedded in each piece. What transformed Maya's career was her willingness to embrace disruption and vulnerability. She turned disaster into opportunity by reimagining her materials and narrative. Instead of clinging to what was lost, she used the flood as a metaphor and medium for rebirth. Her art became a beacon for others facing their own setbacks, a reminder that destruction can seed creation. For anyone feeling stuck, her story offers a powerful lesson. When life destroys your plans, use the debris to build something entirely new. Don't chase success by following the crowd. Craft your own path and invite others to walk alongside you. Start by sharing your process openly. Seek out the cracks where light can enter, and trust that authenticity will resonate more deeply than perfection ever could. Maya's journey also highlights the importance of resilience in the creative process. Creativity is rarely a straight line. It curves, twists, and sometimes falls apart entirely. But within those moments of breakdown lie opportunities to innovate and grow. Maya's willingness to experiment with unconventional materials challenged not only her own limits, but also the expectations of the art world. Her work became a dialogue about the value of imperfection, the beauty of impermanence, and the power of storytelling through art. Moreover, Maya's story underscores the significance of community and connection in the age of digital media. By opening a window into her studio and her creative struggles, she fostered a sense of belonging among her audience. People felt seen and inspired by her honesty, and in turn they supported her work with enthusiasm and loyalty. This reciprocal relationship between artist and audience redefined what success can look like. It wasn't about exclusive gallery shows or critical acclaim alone. It was about meaningful engagement and shared experience. In practical terms, Maya's approach involved daily discipline and openness. Each day, she posted updates, sometimes showing progress, sometimes setbacks, inviting followers to witness the unfolding story. This consistent sharing not only built momentum, but also held her accountable to her vision. Through this process, she learned to embrace vulnerability as a strength rather than a weakness. She also discovered that creative breakthroughs often emerge from the willingness to confront failure head-on. Her mixed media sculptures evolved over time, incorporating new materials and techniques inspired by feedback and experimentation. One sculpture might combine rusted metal with delicate paper fragments. Another might weave in elements of light and shadow to evoke emotion. The diversity of her creations reflected the complexity of her journey, each piece a chapter in an ongoing narrative of transformation. For artists and creators facing their own disruptions, Maya's experience offers a roadmap. It encourages embracing uncertainty, seeing setbacks not as endpoints, but as catalysts for reinvention. It advocates for authenticity over perfection, vulnerability over concealment, and community over isolation. By sharing your story openly, you invite others into your world, creating connections that enrich both your work and your life. Ultimately, Maya's story is a testament to the human spirit's capacity to adapt and thrive. It reminds us that sometimes the most profound art arises not from flawless technique, but from the courage to rebuild, reimagine, and redefine oneself in the face of adversity. Her journey from devastation to creation serves as a beacon for anyone navigating the unpredictable path of creativity and life. When life destroys your plans, use the debris to build something entirely new. Your unique vision, shared with honesty and passion, has the power to inspire and transform beyond measure.